Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being present. So, this is a very interesting reading. Now, I've been doing a lot of research, and one thing I picked up that's consistent: every bully is emotionally reactive. Every plan, plot, and scheme against someone's life, which is a reflection of how they feel lifeless inside, is triggered by an emotional reaction. Okay? So, what we're going to do, we're going to simply get some information on how you can protect your family, because what I'm picking up is there's a lot of passive aggressive community gang stalking that's being exposed from individuals who have felt hopeless and have felt as if they are destined to fail, and they have gotten together with other individuals who have this same belief system about themselves. They've all put on masks as if, yes, we're going to win. And they've been targeting people, places, and things that are outphasing them, who are no longer living in the past. And frankly, their biggest fear is getting left behind. So, this information can help you understand that if a emotionally erratic person is easily emotionally triggered into planning and plotting and scheming against someone's life, this actually is going to get them caught, okay? Because they'll be using up a lot of their resources, burning out their personnel resources, and if you know how you have a assembly line. If one thing goes wrong on an assembly line, it puts everything behind. So this information can help you, you know, be able to disrupt their assembly line of evil intentions. All right? We're going to start this reading off with prayer. And I hope that this community message serves you well. Dear Divine Creator, all those that are present here in this moment, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for allowing us to be able to see light in the darkness. Thank you for clarity as our paths are revealed to us amidst the fog. And thank you for this moment of just being present. We ask nothing of you. We simply just want to be one with you. We realize that we are whole and that we are not, apart from anything or anyone. And I pray and ask that our boundaries and discernment is strengthened gracefully and wisely. Thank you, Divine Creator. All right, you guys, so let's get into the reading. So we're blessed with energy of the Divine Masculine. Strong reading already. We're blessed with commitment and joy. So this is saying that distorted masculine energy. That's telling me a lot, but we're going to start with the distorted masculine energy. Distorted masculine energy associated joy with sexual pleasure. And this is where a lot of children have been born, and a lot of children have not had healthy father figures. And so, healthy masculine energy is, taking back their sexual power and committing themselves to being joyful. Not based off of, temporary pleasure or, group peer pressure of what joy is. Healthy masculine energy is committing themselves to joy and embracing their tenderness, while toxic masculine energy is afraid of tenderness. They were probably denied it, and even if masculine energy was denied tenderness, they still have to give that to themselves. So this is where, sex addictions came in, because they felt tenderness could be expressed through sex. But where toxic masculines are being exposed is when their sex addictions, result in them having children. They're not able to show their children the tenderness that children deserve. So a lot of children have grown up with a lack of tenderness due to toxic masculine energy that doesn't have the humility to admit that it truly desires tenderness. But toxic masculine energy is going to be experiencing giving themselves tenderness, whereas healthy masculine energy is going to be committing themselves to joy. So that means cutting out anything, anyone, whatever needs to go that's going to keep them from being tender to themselves. Because the reason a lot of masculine energy is attracted to feminine energy is because of the tenderness feminine energy offers. However, if a masculine energy, is being very rough with tender energy of a feminine kind, this is where you start to see their insecurities show. And this is where toxic masculine energy is going above and beyond to defamate the character of a feminine energy who has denied them tenderness because they are too harsh with them emotionally, mentally, physically, any way possible, spiritually, And so this is where toxic masculine energy is being exposed. All right? And healthy masculine energy is setting the example that men can be tender. And men's tenderness is just as important as honoring a feminine energy. Alrighty. So, this may be a message. Some of your exes may be fathering multiple children, okay, with inability to recognize how and why they're fathering multiple children, okay, and this is nothing to be ashamed about or hypocrisy, like, oh my gosh, you shouldn't be doing this. This is just simply saying they're not identifying the cycle of it. And basically, toxic masculine energies and toxic feminine energies who are continuously not taking the time to see why they're fathering and mothering multiple children, they're mistaking sensuality with tenderness, okay? I have 2 children from 2 different fathers, by 2 different fathers, and it took me having my children taken from me by a corrupt legal system to realize how I was participating in a very toxic cycle of not getting to know my partner. Just simply giving in to the illusions of the moment because I felt empty inside. So, that's why I'm saying there's no judgment here. You can break that cycle. All right. I have 2 beautiful young daughters from 2 different men. And if you have any questions about, co-parenting with narcissists, or just forgiving yourself for not, knowing what you knew then, when things happen that you can't change, reach out, ask me any questions. But healthy masculines are, really focusing, if they're fathers, they're focusing on their fatherhood duties. This is coming up in the reading. They are basically making it so their children feel safe instead of giving in to peer pressure saying, this is what my family and my friends who've known me for a long time expect of me. They're putting their children first. While toxic masculinity may be gambling, taking gambles, and as I stated, distorting sensuality for tenderness. So this is where children can be, additional children can be born into a world of confusion. All right. 11:11. If you saw that, just say thank you and be grateful. That you've already asked the universe for too much, and not just being grateful enough sometimes. Alrighty. So, healthy divine masculines, healthy masculine energy is being mindful of how they speak. They are being mindful of how their words carry power, but they're also embracing independent thinking. Okay? And toxic masculine energy, and this is a gift, they're learning to shut the fuck up. This is what's, dear God, what's going on with this reading? They learn to shut up, and all they're doing is just people pleasing right now. So if you are effeminate in a relationship with a toxic masculine who just goes along with whatever anyone says and they're people pleasing, if you have a child with this individual, they're not going to be able to protect you or your children. And this is important to know because we're in a time where toxic masculine energy and toxic feminine energy, they are so reactionary that you want someone who's going to be solution oriented when they're aware of individuals who get emotionally reactive to something that you have said, to set healthy boundaries, and you need to know how to protect your children as well as yourself. But if you do have a child with a toxic masculine, don't be afraid, because your child, this new generation, okay? Your child understands the language of love, okay? They understand soul-heart communication. And do not fear if your child is going to get trapped in resentment with a toxic masculine or a toxic feminine. They know how to release resentment. They know how to not hold on to things. And this is where you may have what will expose these toxic masculines and toxic feminines, if there are children involved, is the fact that they keep trying to teach these children hate, and the children just continue to be loving. And so this is where the humor comes in. Toxic masculines and toxic feminines may be parroting what the children are saying, and it just doesn't sound right. And this is raising eyebrows for a lot of people, because they're like, okay, so with the time I have spent with you, this is what you do when this child is around, and there's not many people around. This is what you do when there's other people around. So individuals who have been exploiting a child's, positivity, optimism, they're going to start to see that what happens, metaphorically, what happens in Vegas don't stay in Vegas. All right, we're going to cleanse the energy. Thank you guys for being present.